Hello, entrepreneurs. It's Jane Hamill, and today I have a special treat for you. I am here with Shavonne Dorsey. Hello, Shavonne.
Hello, Jane. How are you?
Oh, so good. Better that you're here now.
Oh my God, you're awesome.
So thank you so much for being here. Those of you listening to the podcast, by the way, we are also doing this on video, and we both have the cutest tops on ever. Is that a dress? A top? What you got?
This is a jumpsuit. This is
Oh.
jumpsuit.
And I'm sure it's one of your own designs, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yep.
I want you to like display it for me, but I don't want you to get out of your vibe if that's
no.
Let's go. Let me see.
Okay. You might see my house shoes. Can you see that? This is my jumpsuit.
Oh, come on.
Yes. And then sleeves.
Look how well that fits you. Oh my gosh. So if you guys are not on the video, just leave iTunes wherever you are right now and go watch the video. You'll find it at fashionbrainacademy.com/Shavonne. Let's go. All right.
Woo! We're here. So,
Shavonne is one of my favorite people. You're going to love her. She's going to tell you her story and also like what's next with her business. I've known her for a long time. We met years ago via the Chicago Fashion Incubator when she was a designer in residence.
Yes.
Let's do it. We want to hear your story, particularly that part that we talked about a minute ago. Okay. So, tell everybody, who are you and what do you do?
Yes, well, I am Shavonne. I'm your girl, Shavonne, formerly known as Shavonne Dorsey, right? But your girl, Shavonne, that's just kind of who I call myself. But I'm Shavonne Dorsey. I'm a fashion designer, and I love to use fashion to celebrate, uplift, and empower all women. That's the goal of fashion for me. So that's who I am, and that's what I do, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
All right. So, okay, let's take us back now. You were like right out of school when you, how did you get into fashion and why, and how did you start to make a living with it? Tell us a little brief way background.
Sure. Well, so I was in corporate America. I was in medical sales. I was always selling to physicians, doctors. Obviously, one of the kind of fields where you're always kind of suited up and you always want to kind of look the part. My personality was a little more colorful than that. And so I would find myself just a little frustrated because I wanted to find pieces that were colorful and exciting to wear, but yet still professional. And that was kind of tough to do, at least back in the 90s and early 2000s. And so I just started to create what I didn't see, but I wasn't doing it to wear it. I was actually just sketching, just kind of thinking, just drawing what I thought would be cute. And one of my sorority sisters came over. We were about to go out and kick it, have fun. And she saw my sketches on my living room table. And she goes, "Girl, what are you doing with these?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I just these are things that I would like to have if I could get a tailor to make them or something like that." Now, at the time, she was a professional model. And she said, "Shavonne, you need to do something with these." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "No, I'm serious. You really need to consider doing something with these." And I took those words to heart and I just started researching, Jane. I
did not know this. I did not know this. Wow. So yeah, like you go to like regular traditional Indiana University, right?
Yep.
You're I always call it a drug rep. My brother was a drug rep. Medical sales, sorry. And or no, that's different than a drug rep, I suppose. Whatever.
Same family.
Yeah, so like you're making good money and everybody's really beautiful and in that field, but pretty conservative. Okay, so she says you should do this and you're like, yeah, like paste it on my wall. And so what did you do?
Well, I started researching. I'm self-taught, Jane. I'm self-taught, but I'm definitely not self-made because there have been so many people in my life along the way that have helped give me information, tips, knowledge, correction. And don't get it twisted. I spent money and I made a lot of errors, made a lot of mistakes, costly mistakes, but it taught me. And it came to the point where I was always a curvy girl, Jane. I was never the size 2 or the size 4, 6. I was in the double digits. Okay. Mm-hmm. I was very blessed, as I like to say, abundantly blessed.
Absolutely.
I'm like, you might say plus size. I say I'm the blessed size. Okay. Because I like to eat. Okay. And so I started wanting to have clothes that would fit my size, yet still be professional, but also express my personality.
Yeah.
And the more that I desired that, the more I just started to say, you know what, I think this is real. I think I can really kind of make this happen. And I just started researching and talking to people. And at the time I was in Chicago, I made an appointment with the AIBI, the Apparel Industry Board. And that was like the catalyst to me saying, you know what, this could be a real career for me. And at the time, I forgot her name. I think Dorothy was the founder.
Oh yeah. Dorothy Fuller. Yeah.
I sat with her for several hours and I paid her. Let's be real. Cause I mean, this isn't free. Cause she was the queen of fashion, honey. She knew.
Oh, she ruled this town. Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was so ecstatic just to meet her and spend time with her. And I did. And that's when I said, you know what? This is a real thing, Shavonne. I think I should really, really pursue this. And I did. You know, Jane, I'm the type of person that if I don't know something, I'm going to go find it. If I don't understand something, I'm going to figure it out. Yeah. If I'm doing something wrong, I'm going to figure out the right way to do it. And I am self-taught. My degree has nothing to do with fashion.
Yeah. Okay. So what year-ish was it? I'm just trying to be like, was it before the internets or was it
oh, girl, like Facebook was just a thing.
Okay. So got it.
Like I wasn't even on Twitter yet. It just didn't happen.
And so you were trying to start a line. You knew you wanted to start like a collection and sell it to stores, I'm assuming back then?
I just, at the time, you know, to sell to stores was like a bigger dream than I think what I was ready for. I just wanted to connect and sell to women directly. I was really more so interested in B2C, you know, business to consumer. Mm-hmm. And I think that's because I cared so much about the women that were falling in love with what I was doing. And obviously I might be speeding it up a little bit. There's a lot missing in between, but I did my first collection. I think I launched Jane in 2007. Yep. And I threw a huge fashion show with like, I wouldn't do it again this way, clearly. Spent a lot of money, right? But yeah. I threw this huge fashion show and so many people showed up at the time. Do you remember in Chicago, it was called the Victor Hotel. It was in the meat industry market and it was like a nightclub / lounge. It was real kind of ritzy back then.
Nice. By then I had 2 kids. I probably wasn't hitting the Victor too often. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, but I rented that space out and that's where I had my launch party. And so many people showed up and I'm like, and people bought.
Yes. Okay.
And that was my first, I guess, if you want to call it, official launch.
And then after that, did you do like trunk shows, home parties? How did you get to the customer?
Trunk shows were my sweet spot. Okay. I would go to a lot of networking events and women would compliment what I had on. And then I would let them know I'm a fashion designer. Of course, I'm still working in corporate America, still working full time. But I would do
Someone's got to pay for that fashion show.
Hello. Someone's got to pay for it. Yeah. You know,
I'm not, no joke.
No joke. And I'm not the sugar daddy type. So I made my own money.
Right.
No disrespect to my sugar mamas, if that's what you do, that's your business. But I was into my own money and, you know, using it how I wanted to use it. And I did a lot of trunk shows, Jane, and I found trunk shows so effective. They were wonderful. They were a great way for me to connect with my customers and really develop friendships.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It's kind of creepy like that, actually, in a good way. But you're sort of like the bartender when you're dressing somebody. They tell you things, they're like half naked. But tell me this, so were you doing trunk shows in boutiques or like a pop-up type selling direct to consumer on your own?
I was doing boutiques in my customers' living rooms. They would invite their girlfriend and I would bring my rack. My garments and my little, at the time, you remember the big giant credit card machine that yeah. I might be dating myself here, but that's okay. You know,
we're not shy about our ages. I mean,
oh no, honey. That was back in the day when I took checks. Can you believe that?
Oh my God. Which is so funny because now, like, imagine a credit card machine, someone would give me the credit card and I do, but have no idea if it would go through.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take the stuff. Like, it could be completely fake, but okay. Because then you had to turn them in and they processed it. Like it wasn't online. Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, this was before like PayPal and Square Up and all the other
Yeah.
street stuff that we have now. So, but thank God nobody's checks ever bounced.
And using
it was
that
pretty
credit
cool.
card machine, that was very satisfying. I gotta say.
And it was like,
oh, you felt good. Yeah. It
felt great.
feels almost as good as when your phone goes off and Shopify is like, ding, you gotta say.
It's like, that's the best noise to hear.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing it DIY. You're getting it made. Are you the things being produced at the time in Chicago, New York? Where were you?
Chicago. Yeah.
Okay.
My contractors were in Chicago, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
that's really cool.
It was very cool, but I think looking back at it now, I wouldn't have changed anything because I learned from my mistakes, right? But cost wise, it was clearly probably not the best. But I was happy to have really good professional women that could afford my clothes. And that's the one thing I love about Chicago women. They know what they want. They are very direct. They buy what they want, and there is no cost per se. That's a conversation. It's just how much is it? I like it. I want this.
Nice.
And yeah, very nice. Yeah.
Interesting.
And the Trump shows were so cool because it turned into a little shopping party.
Oh yeah.
She would serve wine. I'd have some munchies or something, and they would shop my rack.
Okay. So you have this nice business, you're producing in Chicago, but it's kind of small batch probably, and we don't know how good the margins are, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
And also I was in the Macy's Chicago Fashion Incubator program. So I moved to Texas right after I completed the Chicago Fashion Incubator program, which that program was such an eye-opener for me as a business owner. I was successful, but my success could have been done differently. It could have been done with better procedures and so forth. And so the incubator program was such a game changer for me as a business owner in fashion.
Because you learned like, oh, that's not how you're supposed to do things, or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And why did you move to Texas?
I moved to Texas because I was ready for a new start. 2 reasons, actually. Ready for a new start. And I'm not going to lie, I couldn't do those Chicago winters anymore. I just said, oh God.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. But I had just gotten out of a very bad relationship. I was ready to make a change. My sister was already living here. And I had started to get more orders from women in the South, which I thought was very interesting. And I said,
well, the colors maybe too.
Yes, the colors and the fact that I was a plus size designer. I catered to the full figured woman.
Yeah.
That was my focus. That was my niche. And that to me, in the South, we like to eat, that's, when I moved here, it's the first time I heard smothered and covered. And I'm like, what is that? And she said, do you want it smothered and covered? And I said, what is that? She said, smothered in onions and covered in gravy. I said, oh my God.
I mean, who doesn't? I don't even know what that would be. Like that's
insane. But the point is we have a lot of curvy women here that enjoy this beautiful curvy lifestyle. Everyone's always trying to be a size 2, and no disrespect to my smaller ladies. Be who you are at what you are and love who you are. But I think there's a great sense of self-acceptance in the South that a lot of curvy women were really, really, being attracted to my line and my business. And I loved it. And so quite a few reasons why I moved down here.
And the weather. Okay. So then you get a cool break that we weren't going to speak of. And now tell us what happened, because you got this great gig, right? How did you go from I'm producing all these things, small batch, I'm working 2 jobs, and I move, I get out of this unpleasant relationship, I have a fresh start, and then you end up on TV, right? Like, and selling a shit ton of clothes. So tell us about, how did that come about? What happened?
Well, honestly, I'm really big on energy. And that's why I always tell women, don't ever stop. The worst thing you can ever do is stop. You might take a little break. You might kind of refresh yourself, but do not ever stop, because the energy that you're putting out there in the universe, something's going to come back. Mm-hmm. And I never stopped. Even in my abusive relationship, I never stopped. Even when I moved to Texas and had to literally start all over, I never stopped. I was always doing something. One thing that my mentor told me was every single day, do something to get closer to your goal. I don't care if it's an email, a phone call, a meeting, a drop by, a visit. Every single day, do something to get closer to your goal. And I took that to heart. And so after moving to Texas, I literally was kind of starting from ground zero because I didn't know anybody here but my sister.
Right.
Yeah. And I just started to do the same thing I did in Chicago, which was create relationships, get to know people, go to networking events, go and hang out, have your business cards on hand. And so to answer your question, I apologize. I didn't get off track. But
who are you talking to?
And to answer your question, so what happened was, I remember I was sitting on my sister's couch. And that's why I always tell my ladies, be careful what you say, because you just might get it. It's the truth. I was sitting on my sister's couch and I said, it would be so cool if I could have my clothing line on HSN. And at the time, HSN and QVC were not together. So I printed out all the guidelines, Jane, okay? And it was a thick little packet. And I said, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this.
Yeah, it's like, you want to be on HSN? Here's the medical school book you need to do probably to get.
Yeah. And I didn't meet any of the requirements. I just was like, but this is what I want. I want this. And I don't know how I'm going to get there. And I put it down and I popped some popcorn. Okay. So speed it up years later. Seriously. And I love me some popcorn. Okay. And so, I love it. And years later, Jane, they had this beautiful contest called the Big Find. And someone put a bug in my ear and said, you need to try out for this. You should do this. And Jane, I said, oh, I don't know if I can do that. But you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I don't know how. And I submitted. And the process to submit, just like the Macy's Incubator program, was very involved. You have to fill out a lot of paperwork and tell your story, tell your vision. And I turned my paperwork in and months went by and I didn't hear anything. But I still kept going. I still stuck with what my mentor said. Every single day, do something closer to get to your goal. You can set it and forget it, right? Yeah. You go plant something in the ground. It could be a flower, a rose, or whatever. You plant it. You don't go back digging it up, making sure is it there. You plant it.
Wait,
when are these leaves? Well, why? Because it'll never grow. It'll never grow. Oh. And so it's the truth, So I said it and I forget it. And the universe just brings it to you. It really does. And so months later, and I'm not going to lie. Now, I was in sales. Okay. So I'm the type of girl that's going to check up with you. Hey, just checking. I didn't know if I heard anything. I'm still here. Yeah. Finally, I think it might have been 4, maybe 6 months later. I don't even remember. I got an email and I was literally sitting there checking my email, just talking to my husband. And I'm looking at this email that says, hey, Shavonne, blah, blah, blah from HSN. We'd love to, hey, let's talk. Girl, you could have knocked me off my chair.
You're just sitting there talking to your husband, eating popcorn.
Right. And lo and behold, and I was just like, HSN wants to talk to me. And I just was like, I started crying, Jane, because it was a moment that I didn't know when it would happen. I didn't even know if it would. Yeah. Because after you submit, let's be real, thousands of submissions are coming from all over the country. And the Big Find, just to define what it is, the Big Find is they basically scour the country looking for the greatest talent, the next thing that's it. Yeah. And when I got there to Florida, I flew down to Florida, first of all, to present and submit. That was after they had said,
did you have to pay for that or did they pay for that?
Oh, I paid for it all.
Okay. I don't know why that was important to me to know.
No, it is important. And I'm going to tell you why it's important. I want women to know, invest in yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to pay for what your business needs. Mm-hmm. Even if you can't afford it at the time, that's okay. Put that on the back burner, but invest in your business some kind of way. Yeah. And that could have been a deterrent for a person. Oh, I'm not going to.
totally. What are the odds?
Yeah, what
I
the
have to work.
Yeah,
The price-
hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care because at the end of the day, money is energy, and it's all about how you spend it that's going to determine how you receive it back.
Mhm.
And so that was my thing. There was no question. My husband said, "Come on, let's get tickets. We got to go." I'm like, "Let's go."
I love that he's like, we gotta go.
Yes, it was. He's such
I'm
a
like,
big.
I don't think you were invited, but yeah, let's go. I don't see your name on this email, but okay. You can schlep all the products. Like,
He's so supportive, and he's a
So good.
successful entrepreneur. He's been working for himself for like 20 years. Like,
yeah.
so he gets it. He gets it.
Yes.
And so we flew down there, Jane. I showed my I told my story. You know, I told my story. I told who I am, what I do, why I'm so passionate about this. And I meant every word. It was as if no one was around and I was just presenting to myself. I didn't have butterflies. I had passion.
Oh,
I wasn't nervous. I was ready. You see what I'm saying?
yes. Yes, that doesn't happen that often.
No.
Wow.
And after presenting, the room was quiet.
Drop the mic.
And I'm gonna tell you, these ladies at HSN are phenomenal women.
Really?
They are incredible women, inside and out. And they were like, "We love you. I want to see that dress. Can I see that dress? Let me see the one you're talking about." And they just started asking me questions, and it became a conversation.
Which is what you love.
Which is what I love, Jane. You know that. And at the end, they were like, "Okay, so can I tell you, you're getting a big ticket." And the big ticket is basically like your rite of passage to say, "Okay, we're taking you pretty seriously, for real."
They told you
Like,
that on the spot?
on the spot. And I burst out in tears again.
I have the chills.
Girl, I get goosebumps talking about it all over again. And it was just like, oh my God, is this really happening? And it is. And it still is. And I'm so happy about it.
Wow. And you like working with HSN too. I mean, I've spoken to you off camera when you could say anything. And let me tell you guys, she's really like a fan of the team, all of it. Like it's amazing to me. Like a big company, sometimes people don't always have the best experience, and
Right.
You seems like it's been great.
It's been amazing. They are extremely supportive. And as you know, obviously it's female kind of dominated. I mean, men work there too, of course.
I didn't know that. I wouldn't have assumed that actually. Okay. So HSN says, all right, you're getting a big ticket, and you're like, I love it. And then they help you. So at this point, were you still manufacturing products at that time?
Yes, I was still doing it all on my own and locally too. And because I found a contractor that I liked in Texas.
Okay.
And but I knew that it was time to make different moves because it's you'll when your business scales up and you're like, okay, I might have to do things different. And that's the thing that I had to learn, Jane. Like, I don't know everything. I still don't know everything, and I would never profess to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay with moving forward even when I don't know what I'm doing, because I know the universe is going to meet me right back because I'm moving forward. Energy meets energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was as if, okay, what's next? And they were very instrumental in kind of guiding me along the way of how they wanted to work with me.
Okay.
And it really, really works. It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship.
That is awesome. And it's lucrative. You make money.
Yes, you make money.
It's good.
We're not doing this for free.
Does anything about what I'm doing say hobby to you, Jade? No. Oh
gosh. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me then, can we talk about a little bit of personal stuff, or is that weird?
Go for it.
Okay, because I'm interested also in, like, you're in this abusive relationship. You've been open about that. That totally sucks. You leave the Midwest where you're originally from, and then you mentioned that you're married. So, like, how did you not just choose another a-hole? Or like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like your energy, your vibe, you're so much more than like, oh, this person who makes clothes and has this great career on HSN and is a whatever. You're kind of the total package. So how did you like get your shit together to not repeat that pattern, I guess is the question.
Yeah. I gave myself time and I gave myself grace. There was a period where I didn't date anything. Okay. When I say anything, I didn't date any guys at all. Like it was like I was just right. Like anything.
Nothing, no matter what. George Clooney walks in, I'm out. No, not happening.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And I just really spent time on me, and I don't care what people's faith are. It doesn't matter to me, but I spent a lot of time in prayer and meditation. Those were my two tickets to healing, was prayer and meditation. And I became reacquainted with myself again. Yeah. And the beauty of me, nothing exterior. I could care less about the exterior. I'm talking about the part you can't touch. Yeah. My spirit, I became like, you know what? I'm worthy. Mm-hmm. I deserve better, but I had to spend time with me to believe that. Sometimes when you spend too much time and you haven't healed, you're spending time with other people or, dating other people and you haven't healed. It's like, you're not restored and you're really not ready. And then you find yourself in the same broken cycle again. And I refuse to repeat that. And again, energy matches energy. So
I read something interesting recently, and I think I misspoke because I was like, how did you not repeat that pattern? As if it's like the women doing this, right? Like it's our fault because we're vulnerable or we're not feeling strong about ourselves. We don't love ourselves, whatever. It's our fault. But I said that, and I actually just said that. Now I'm like, wait, I don't think that's really how it works. I think those types of people recognize who they can go after and go after you.
Yes.
So it's not, I don't want to put this on the women. Like I just keep repeating the pattern, choosing the losers. No, these guys are picking you out too.
Yeah.
Totally. Like big time. They know who to go after and who to leave alone.
Absolutely. Oh, they do. And that's why I keep saying energy matches energy. I was broken, but didn't know it. So, I have this thing called the it girl. Okay.
Like, if there's an it girl, it's gotta be you, but okay. Let's hear it.
I'm the it girl now, but I thought I was the it girl then, and I was not. The it girl is the girl that says, hey, I got my degree. I didn't have any babies out of wedlock. I make money. I'm independent. I have my own place. I'm doing everything right. I have this, have that. The it girl, the checkbox, creates a false sense of self-worth through what she has obtained, those tangible belongings. Yes, I'm a homeowner. I have my condo. I own a car. That's the it girl. And really, that's who I thought I was, but I wasn't. I didn't realize that my self-worth is not based on what I have. It's based on who I am. I'm worthy just because I was born, period. I'm worthy because I'm here, because I exist.
Right.
And that's what I had to learn. And that's why when I moved to Texas after getting out of that relationship, that I spent time with myself. And that whole it girl list was demolished. Yeah. Demolished. Because all about what's inside of you, not what you own or drive or carry, your bag, your Louis bag or whatever. And I love a good Louis bag. I have a few, okay? But that is a lesson I had to learn, Jane.
And is that something that you think people learn with age and life experience? Or do you think some younger people get that sooner? Like, I don't know.
That's a great question. I think it's all about, first of all, it's about two things: what you choose to learn and also how you are brought up. Some things have to be taught, and my parents were very loving parents. I love them. My father's deceased, but my mom is still here, thank God, and very loving. They taught us to take care of ourselves and to be respectful. But, the word sex was like taboo in our household. Like it just, you just get married. I don't think there was a dating conversation. It's like you just get married.
Oh, wow.
Kind of weird. And so a lot of my dating knowledge was learned through experience.
Right.
And that's the thing. I did everything I was raised to do. I mean, and I get it. people have children out of wedlock, no judgment at all. Shout out to my single moms who are rocking it. Like, so much love and respect to you. You're doing the most important job in the world ever. It's raising someone's your child. Hard job. Yeah. But my parents were extremely strict. And I thought because I did everything right, I went to college, I didn't have children out of wedlock, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, okay, that's what made me worthy. And that's not what made me worthy. And so when I moved to Texas, I spent, like you said, spent a lot of time with myself. Yeah. You know, partially because I just wasn't ready to date, but also I learned the value of being with me.
Right.
Learn the value of being with me. And so kind of steering it over to fashion, I desired to use my clothes to uplift, celebrate, and empower women so they wouldn't hopefully have to go through the things that I went through. Sometimes the power of a dress, girl, or the power of a cute top, or the power of a wonderful jumpsuit, okay, can make you feel
that
like
thing is smoking hot. You're smoking hot on that thing. It's really.
Thank you.
And I think you said to me the other day, I'm going to say it wrong, but basically you are so about the woman wearing the clothes. It's like the clothes are really secondary to the person. Like a lot of people talk that, but you like it's hardcore. That is where you come from.
It's true.
And you said you have to address the woman before you can dress the woman.
Yes. I've said that for years, and I learned that in my trunk shows, Jane. That's where I learned that. You have to address the woman before you can dress the woman. And, you know, what that really means is she's a human being, first of all, before she's a customer. She's a human being. You never know what a woman is going through. You never know. You could be that connection to helping her have a good day, or helping her get out of a bad relationship, or helping her feel beautiful that day when she felt horrible. Yeah. So I have to address the woman before I can dress the woman. And I don't, you know, I knew what I felt like. My self-esteem was challenged. I didn't feel very pretty. I felt rejected. It's a horrible relationship, you know? Yeah. But the beautiful part about that is those things, you can choose to stay there. The most powerful thing we have is choice. You can choose to stay there, or you can choose to leave. Yeah. And I finally chose to leave. And it's like, and that's when life just started to kind of become better, just better, a little bit at a time. It wasn't like overnight, like, okay, girl, but progressively better. Right. And in addition, I don't know if we didn't talk about this yet, but I started this a year ago, or 2 years ago. It's called Self-Care September.
Oh, yes. I love this.
And I wanted to do this because I wanted women to understand the power of caring for themselves. So I looked it up and I found out that September is one of the most stressful times of year for women. You've got the back to school thing going on. You've got that pre-holiday stress. You know, Christmas is in everybody's ear and, oh God, what are we going to do for Thanksgiving? And then you've got those Q4 budgets. A lot of my boss ladies who are business owners and directors, those Q4 budgets, you got to get that stuff in. And it's just a stressful time of year for a lot of women. And I wanted to do something about that. And so I started Self-Care September. And this is a program. It's not even a program. It's just an activity. I tell women, hey, post your self-care activity, whatever it is you're doing. Maybe you're taking a walk in the park. Maybe you're meditating. Maybe you're getting your nails done. I don't care what it is. Self-care. You post it, tag Shavonne Dorsey, and then you're entered to win money. And I'm giving away my own money, Jane. That's how much I care about my ladies.
That's how much you have money.
No.
But I guess I know what I mean is like, you're taking the fashion business and making a nice living with it. Like you're doing, you're checking the boxes now in all the ways. Like you're not making money doing something you don't love. Like I have so many things I should just cut out of this episode, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it in because whatever, Friday afternoon, it is what it is. But like you have money, even if it's a stretch to give away money, you believe so much about all of this stuff and you've made this happen for yourself. If you were dead ass broke, you wouldn't be giving away money
at all.
I'm not saying you're a gazillionaire, but like, okay. So hold on. All right. So hashtag Shavonne Dorsey, SHAVONNE DORSEY.
Yes.
correcto? Okay.
Yes.
And they are to do any little self-care or big self-care
Anything.
and
And I
tag
don't
you.
tag me. You could take a 10-minute break from your desk and be like, girl, I'm taking my self-care 10 minutes, a mental break. We are so stressed. I mean, I don't work at work anymore. I'm an entrepreneur full time now. So,
Yeah.
but when I was in corporate America, there would be some days where I would just feel like, oh my God, I hate coming here, or I don't want to be here. Or just some women are living from check to check. Some women are trying to figure out how they're going to make ends meet so they can make sure the rent is paid, whatever. And we have to take care of ourselves, even in the midst of what we're going through.
Yeah.
It could be the smallest thing is taking 3 deep breaths. That's self-care. 3 deep breaths. That's self-care. You know, it could be something as small as I'm drinking 8 glasses of water today, or I'm drinking more water. Self-care. Little bitty things.
Yeah.
And my goal is to just encourage women to take care of themselves. When we take care of ourselves, we're better people, better moms, better business owners, better community altogether. It's amazing.
Better person on the road, not so angry.
You're not flagging somebody, or is it give them the finger or whatever?
You're not doing all the things. I do it underneath because, you know, I don't want to get shot, but I'm not kidding. Like I would never give someone the finger or anything these days. Like no way. Yeah. No. I'd like to think I wouldn't give someone the finger at all, but I really wouldn't because I'm afraid of death.
Yeah, I got you.
And you have an amazing voice. You do great videos, and you do a weekly or mostly weekly style read that you send out via email, right? What's the style read about? Tell us about that.
Ooh, the style read is all about, girl, what's hot, what's going on, how to wear this, how to rock this look, what color is hot. We talk about a lot in the style read, and it's just fun. It's a way for me to connect with my queens, my ladies, my power women, my bad chicks, my hot girls. And by the way, it's not hot girl because I'm 46 years old. It's hot, HAUTE, fashion.
Hot. When I said today, when we were slacking, she says, are we video or just audio? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of in my jams, but we could do either way if you want to. And she's like, I'm a hot mess, HAUTE, but I'll be good to go in a few minutes. Like, it just
Yes, I was a hot mess. I was like, ooh, let me get myself together for Jane.
No matter what it is, it's hot, not hot. Yes. Okay, so guys, get on her list. Where should they go to find you and to get the style read as well?
Yes, you can go to my website, ShavonneDorsey.com, and it'll ask to sign up and say, hey, do you wanna rock with us? You know, do you want style?
I feel like I'm like 3 shades cooler. Like just cooler because now I know you again, and I'm kind of reconnected with you. Like I'm just
so happy.
I'm gonna be way more. People are gonna be like, "Oh, are you Shavonne? You know Shavonne?" I'm gonna know like what's cool, what's interesting, instead of just being like, "Oh yeah, you know, here's what happened in 2004." You know.
You are so funny. I'm so happy to be reconnected to you. Seriously,
we're lucky. We are
very lucky. We are.
Okay, dudes. By the way, shopping. So if you go to ShavonneDorsey.com, you can see Shavonne in her outfits that she creates, and also links to shop. And she's, you know, look, this is a line that she's doing on HSN. So this is not going to break the bank, people. And you will look so super fly, like really good. Honestly, you're just a really good designer. Like really good. I have so much respect for your skills, for your proportion and balance and colors, and the fit, girl. The fit is nailed with your product. It is.
Thank you so much. You know, it's interesting. I don't know if when we were in the incubator, because I think you were like one of our advisory boards. So you were like,
I came in like just after you left. Yeah.
Jane, you're amazing. Like I always looked up to you, and it's such an honor to know you and just, I mean, really know you, you know, like, you know, you can know somebody, but I really know you. And I remember your story is amazing, and you inspired me and so many other people in that program. Cool. But seriously, I used to sketch on plus size croquis.
Yes.
You know, because nobody else did. Nobody else did. Well, and that's another thing. I was the first designer that the CFI ever had for plus size women. they had never had a plus size designer before. I was like, I can't sketch on these little twiggies. I can't, it's, and I'm a size 14. So I see things a little differently. And I just, not that I don't want my smaller ladies to be taken care of, because I want them to be just as bad and just as beautiful and just as fly, but I also was focusing on the plus size market because they were, it was an underserved market at the time. Very
underserved. And enough people are serving them. And isn't it insane to think like we only have one croquis? A croquis, by the way, you guys, is it's like how do you describe it? It's like a woman's body.
Like a body.
Yeah. It's like this thing that you put underneath the paper so you can sketch on top of it. So it's as if you're drawing clothes on a person instead of just a flat sketch. Okay. And it's so it's just so funny to be like, well, why would you? This fashion's not for curvy people. Fashion's only for freaking models on a runway. Yeah, that's fun. That's like, if that was what fashion really was, like, I'm out. Like, I'm not interested in that.
Totally.
Interested in any of that shit. It's so funny when I see still designers doing pictures where the models are angry and they're posed. And I'm like, can we just get you? What does it look like if I'm going to work? What does it look like if I'm getting on an elevator? What is it like?
Life.
I cannot. The whole fashion industry has lost its fucking mind because it hasn't changed. A lot of it has, but so much of it is still the same depressing photos.
Yeah.
And like,
it's just like, where's the personality? Where's the love?
Where's the, like, can I get the picture of the woman having a bite to eat at the party? Like, like, it's just funny that we live in a world that's like fake reality TV all the time. And yet we still have these ads and social posts and things that are just, I mean, I guess some of it is considered like they're making a certain kind of art with it, but I always thought fashion was more just like everyday. I never see it as like art. But some people do. And some people like Issey Miyake, that was art.
Yeah.
My designs when I had my business, not art. Few things you put on your body. Like that's it.
Yeah. And it's a lifestyle. Like my women they're amazing women. Some customers I have met and I've had a chance to connect with them. Others I haven't. But overall, these are women that are professional. Some of them are mothers, some of them are not. They've been somewhere in life. They're not still really finding who they are. They're pretty secure about who they are. And because they know who they are, now they know what they want. And that's why they can come to my line and say, yes, that is hot. I'll take that. I'll do that too. And I think that's what I talk about on Instagram. I have a lot of my ladies follow me on Instagram and I have so much fun. I get them style tips and how to rock my joggers. And we just do a lot on Instagram. It's a fun place to really, really connect with a lot of my women,
Let's go. Okay. And then last thing, you're flying out to Florida next week to do a live HSN in the studio.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know when you guys are going to listen to this. You can find her on HSN lots of different times, but if you're listening to this in a quote unquote timely fashion, when are you going to be live in the studio? Because it's been COVID and they haven't had people in the studio in a really long time, right? So when is that going to air? Do you know?
That's going to be on the 15th of this month of September.
Okay.
And if I'm correct, and things, sometimes producers can switch things around, but I'm supposed to be on at I think 10 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock at night. And I think that's Central Time, but I'll announce it on all of my social media outlets as well.
Oh, you guys, let's go. I'm bringing the popcorn. Like, I should have like a watch party or something,
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Seriously, because all this time when I went on TV on HSN, I was broadcasting from my home.
Yeah.
Because I launched when COVID hit. So they had stopped all in-studio appearances unless you were a guest. Like not a guest vendor or a hostess. The hostess is still in the studio. But the designers and the vendors, they all had to be at home broadcasting.
Oh my God, this is so fun. And it's funny. I'm like, when is it going to air? It's live, dumbass. Like, oh yeah. Right. So like, the queen died that day or something. It might get pushed. I don't know. But anyway.
It's very live.
Guys, ShavonneDorsey.com. Do not miss it. And again, if you're watching this listening to the podcast, you have to go back to the website and see Shavonne's fucking, excuse my expression, I'll mark this as explicit. I better write that down. Explicit. Her fucking jumpsuit. And it's just perfect.
Oh, Jane,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm gonna tag you in my self-care. I'm gonna tag Shavonne Dorsey for my September self-care.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm gonna enter you to win.
I'm gonna tag myself like 50 times. You're gonna be sending me like a note that says, "Don't send cats in the mail. Here's your 100." You know.
Thanks, Jane. You are amazing, girl. Amazing.
So we're so lucky.
This
is work. We just did work for this last. This was like
hello.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a conversation. Yeah, it's a conversation with a very, very cool person.
Well, not that many designers want to be the person like at the trunk show, at the thing. You know, it's lovely to talk to someone who's like, I like to meet the ladies. I like to meet it. Not everybody does. A lot do, but not everybody does. So thanks for coming.
No, you're so welcome. I thank you. I love to meet the ladies up close and personal. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. That's how I learn.
And you're very open on social too, you guys. So you guys can talk and have a conversation, you know, via the interwebs too.
Absolutely.
All right. Talk soon.
All right, Jen. Talk to you later. Thank you.
Bye, sweetie. Take care.
Bye.